Hi, everyone. Good evening. Tonight, we will be doing something different. We will play a one shot, and this one shot is called Ocean by Atarashi Games. In this game, no one's the DM. We are all the DM. Well, yeah, and no one's one singular DM. And we are also all the players, and we kind of make up the setting and the mysteries as we go along. We will wake up as patients or something in an underwater facility and explore our way through and see why things are the way they are. Because we also have no memory. And those things we will find out, aka make up as we play. So this is going to be exciting. Almost everything, we're going to make up on the spot. We have already done some preliminary rolls, however, to save us some time for the stream, and we've rolled our essentially our table order. So who goes first and who's next, and we are assigned people who trust each other and distrust each other. In this case, you could. Oh, you can see the arrows. So usually it's the next person in line in the order who trust or you want to protect. And yes, our pairs have mutual distrust. So I'll be mutually distrusting Nate, and Josh and Jillian will be mutually distrusting each other, which I mean, we don't need to explain why. But anyway, the dice just fell correctly.
It's
So,
true.
yes, I think we can get this going. When we first wake up, we will each take turns describing stuff. I have to open my flowchart that I made. And after that, it's just a free for all. More or less, we're going to describe one room, take turns describing one room, but more or less, it's a free for all. Okay, so we find ourselves in a room. It is underwater. We wake up, and I am still loading my flowchart. None of us have any memory. Oh, by the way, the big names, we'll change them up to our character names. You can type them directly. So, we wake up in what looks like hospital gowns, and we have name tags. And we will take turns to look around and say stuff about each other and the surroundings. So I think Nate will go first. So Nate, tell us a bit about how your character wakes up and one detail about their surroundings and a detail about Jillian, who you also get to name.
I come to in a dimly lit room, look down at my feet over the gently ample slump of my middle-aged gut. They're barefoot. Just casting my glance around the room, I can see 4 darkened walls and 4 beds, one up against each side of the wall, and a door offset on one wall around the bed. Look immediately to my left, getting up to my feet, and see a woman lying in a bed. I notice her arm has rolled off the side of it. They're narrow twin beds. And there's an IV in the inside of her elbow.
An IV. Okay. So there's a woman in the room. Okay. Or with you.
Brush what's left of my hair over my balding top, kind of straighten my spectacles, and look at her name tag. It says Violet. What?
Okay.
Where am I? Loud enough to wake people up.
And I think Jillian.
I awaken to the sound of a man's voice yelling, which is incredibly startling. So when I sit up, first there's the immediate pain of kind of pulling my arm and realizing that there is an IV in it. And so I kind of sit up quickly and I kind of grab on to kind of the holder and I kind of like look at the bags and I'm like, okay. And I look around and I see the middle-aged man, and then I see another person next to me who looks to be the arm isn't there as I look to see if they also have the IV, but the person to my side does not have a right arm. I look to their name tag and it says Bellissimo. And in quotes, it says next to that, Bell.
Okay. Let's
Oh, and let me say something about the room, shall I?
Yes, one thing about the room.
I'm here. I know what's going on. I look around the room and I look over at the door trying to find an exit. And I watch as the door, it doesn't fully open. It seems to be one of those kind of like hydraulic moving doors. And it just sort of opens slightly and closes, just gentle thump of it opening and closing ever so slightly.
Okay. All right. I think that's me. So it's like moving on its own.
Yeah, it seems to be, I wouldn't want to jump the gun and say malfunctioning, but it is moving a bit on its own.
Okay. So, Belle, I wake up and slowly, like, I feel my body. Is it here? Okay, something's still here. And I check and wait, there's nothing. I immediately scream and I look around and I see three other people here. Actually, sorry, I don't know if this is too much, but 5 other people here.
Oh.
And
Oh my.
and okay, I am here right off the bat. I'm gonna cause some chicanery, drama, and messery, and I'm gonna say, I look exactly like Nate's character. Every single detail, exactly like Nate's character, except I am slightly more muscular, and I am a woman, and I have no right arm.
And the arm's gone.
I have no arm.
They have the same hair. It's just balding comb over.
Yeah, it's balding. It's combed over.
Little guy, just no arm.
No arm. So, I also, I don't know if this is too many details, but I had this in mind. I also look up. There are darkened walls, and there's a light high up above us, but it is not just. It is the ceiling is incredibly high. It is probably 100 feet all the way up, and that's the only source of light in this room, and it's somehow reaching us, and that's why it's pretty dark. But it's a really, really tall room, like a thin, tall room. And I look over to the patient or person on my right, and I notice that they have mustard stains on their hospital gown, and
Hell yeah.
their name is Hollow.
Ooh.
So Hollow is a youngish, very, very dashingly handsome, of course. And they're kind of stuck laying in their double bed, and they open up their eyes and they take in like the vast amount of space between the light up above and the bed, and realize that there is some kind of mobile hanging from the ceiling, one that has red rocket ships that are slowly twirling in circles. And they get up, and the first thing they notice about the two people on either side of them is that they look exactly the same, except one is missing an arm and is a woman, and the other is. I look down and see that their name tag says Lane Fillion, and underneath that there is a nickname, Sweet Cream.
Yes. Sweet cream. Oh no. I love it.
Okay.
So he, the dashingly handsome Hollow, sits up in bed and says, where are we?
I don't know. I just woke up and I'm missing an arm, but it doesn't hurt. And I check, and it's been healed it's been already healed, so it's not fresh. But somehow I didn't notice that happened to me. Oh, who's that fifth person over there? Can you check that? Can you check the? Actually, and I'll say that in like hushed tones, like, because that person's not waking up.
I can go take a look. I look to Belle, and I feel like I don't want Belle to go over there, and I'd rather do it instead of Belle. And there's a moment that I look at the IV in my arm, and I kind of like narrow my eyes at it, unsure if I should pull it out or not. So I get out of the bed and I take the whole stand with me when I walk over to the fifth person, and hesitantly reach out and kind of just, hello? And I bop them on the nose, and I'm going to retract my hand quickly. They're burning up, like incredibly hot. Like burning up. And I'm like it physically hurt my hand, like to touch them.
So you reach over, and they're actually burning so hot that you felt this through a sheet that was covering their whole body. And the sheet is just burning up from somebody underneath it. And you, are you going to pull up the corner of the sheet?
Yes, I am. I'm going to kind of lean back, and I'm going to put my IV bags as far away as I can, like at arm's length. And I'm just going to kind of try to brush the corner off of his face just to get a little look.
So you lift the corner of that sheet, and underneath, they look human in shape, but their skin is like bright green.
Oh. And I put it back on top. And I put the sheet back, and I'm going to go.
Honey, why don't you come back over here? And I'm already like reaching for the rolling IV bag.
Oh,
Honey and Sweet Cream, are you two a thing?
I'm sorry. I'm just.
Oh, Sweet Cream. And then I look at your thing, and I'm like, oh,
Sweet Cream. I didn't. I guess her name's Violet.
Oh,
And my name's Sweet Cream. All right.
Huh.
Hold on.
I must be sweet.
Why do you look exactly like me?
Maybe you guys are related?
I mean, it's possible.
This is weird.
No, none of you remember anything?
No.
Oh, I was
The
kind of.
last thing I remember is I don't even remember the last thing I remember. I think in that point, we hear like a loud screech, but it's not like, it doesn't seem like it's made by an animal. It's metallic, like metal scraping on metal, like grinding, and it's coming from right above us.
Oh.
Did you hear that? That's pretty loud.
I'm going to start making my way to the door, pulling my IV with me.
Okay. Oh, you're bringing your IV.
Listen, I don't know if it's important or not. I'm taking the whole thing with me until an accident happens and it comes out, I guess.
Are you the only one with the IV?
I look around and I'm like, I guess so. You guys didn't rip one out? Or
I don't remember ripping one out.
Does anyone have any medical training? I'm an engineer, so I don't know anything about.
Oh, you're an
that.
engineer. Maybe we should have discussed their skills before.
listen,
Okay.
maybe you're all engineers. I don't think I'm an engineer. I look around, some of the medical things make sense to me. And I know that if I have an IV in and I don't know what the contents are, I don't know if it's important. So I'm not going to pull it out until I'm sure.
I think I know what that is, and I read the this is rituximab, 400 milligrams. I think it's an immune suppressor. Did you?
Huh.
I'm real concerned about Violet's immune suppressant.
How would you know that?
I guess I remember like lots of things. I think I can get that IV out of her.
I mean, if they're suppressing, why? I think I'm gonna keep it in for right now.
That might be a good idea.
Yeah. But I'd like to get away from that sound up above, and I'm just like watching the slow shadow of this rocket mobile overhead. I don't know how secure that is.
Is it on the ceiling? Like it's on.
No, it seems it's either hanging from something or flying up there.
Oh, we just can't tell. It's too
Yeah.
high up.
And there's a bright light behind it.
So who's that? Who's that fifth person? Are they okay?
They were green and they were very hot to the touch, and
You mean like a fever?
no, it was like putting my hand near a stove.
Okay. Well, I think we should get out of here.
Yeah, I agree.
And as I say that, you notice that the ceiling is not as high as it was before.
Yeah, the door.
Yeah. Let's go to the
Or go
door.
over.
So we will go to the door. Open it, and
The second you go to open the door and you start to pull it back, it slams aggressively at a high speed force, and then kind of takes a moment and now seems to open fully, hesitates, and then slams shut again and repeats this pattern.
what is? Can we?
Oh, I might know something about this door. I am, after all, an engineer, a young,
Okay.
dashing engineer.
He keeps saying he's an engineer, and well, if you can fix it, that'd be great.
Do you like remember going to? What do you remember?
I remember using CAD.
Okay. Well, can you do something about this door?
I'll try.
I mean, we could always just put a door stopper of some
Yeah,
sort.
or we could try to jump through. I don't know how quickly I can move with this thing, but
Well, just let me see if I can get it.
yeah.
And then, so since I am an engineer, I get to roll an extra die when it comes to mechanical things.
Yes.
So I will wager one die and then roll my extra die with it. And I get one success.
Woo! And then you move one of your dice to sweet cream as a bonus die. It's the first bonus die.
There you go, sweet cream.
He's like, wow, I feel really good about that door getting opened.
Just to
Yeah, so-
realize, like, your
Well done.
skills can actually create dice for you that you don't have.
Ooh,
Like
okay.
if you have
Oh,
1
yeah.
HP. It's
Well, it
like,
sounds like we might have 2 engineers and 2 medical professionals, so very exciting.
ooh.
So yeah, Hollow goes over to the door and there's like a display there for maybe a palm scanner or something, and it's cracked. And so he pulls some of the glass shards out and basically hot wires the wires behind it and gives it a spark, and it stays open.
After you.
Oh, you're also slightly injured from that.
Oh yes. The glass. I didn't get all the glass shards out, and I cut my hand.
Okay. All right. I'll go first then. If no one wants to go first, so I'll go first.
Sure. After you.
Oh, okay.
I'll go in, and someone's gonna have to describe the next. It could be Nate. I could do it if you want.
Yeah,
So-
I'll
go
describe
in
what I
order.
see.
So you come out into a long hallway. In the immediate vicinity around you, 6 feet maybe, there's dim, flickering fluorescent lights, and then
Okay.
a patch of darkness that seems to go.
I'll shrink the hallway.
Seems to
That
go
can go
quite a
on.
ways until you see another distant pool of fluorescent light blinking. It's a long, thin hallway with
Are there
large
any other
patches
like,
of darkness.
doors? We don't know.
If there are doors, they are hidden in the darkness.
It's pretty dark out here. I'll look behind me into our room. It's pretty dark there too. So
We need to get power back on in here.
Maybe we can find
Okay.
something to help do that further in, I guess. Look out for, I guess, what do you call those, Mr. Engineer? A circuit breaker or something like that?
Yes, that sounds about right.
I squint at him. Okay. I'm going to start inching forward into this dark room, pulling my IV with me. Me and my IV pole. I don't know what it's called. I'll look it up.
yeah, I'll yeah.
IV pole.
It's an IV pole. Yeah, IV pole or IV
I'm-
stand.
I'm going to call it something. Yeah, I'm going to start making my way through very slowly because I can't see very well. And I'm just trying to find a door or anything. And hopefully it's not terrible is my goal. My goal is not to find terrible things.
So you're making your way down this dark hallway, and to your left, you can just make out the shape of a doorway, but you hear some groaning from up ahead or up above you, and a like metallic tearing sound as a pipe bursts open and shoots superheated steam like right at the door.
Ooh, I'm gonna kind of stumble away from the door. I found a door. It comes with a catch, but I found a door at least. I don't.
That steam just look. I hope we can find a circuit breaker or something. But even if we do, there's no guarantee that it's gonna work.
Right. And hopefully there's another door because I don't know how we're going to open this one.
This place looks like it's falling apart.
Yeah.
Are we going to try to get the guy out of that room?
That's a good question.
I don't know. He makes me uncomfortable, but maybe that's normal. I have nothing to
Well,
really compare it to
we could
besides
try-
us.
We could try hauling them around, I suppose.
Let's just get them out into the hallway, out from
Backs
underneath
of
that
Gods
ceiling.
Part 2.
Okay, yeah, if the ceiling's coming down in that room, we don't want to.
I mean,
kill them.
that person's one of us.
I
I
guess.
mean, it's a
debatable.
good thing the hospital beds have wheels.
Yeah. Okay. Who wants to go get him?
I'll go back in.
I'll come with you. Make sure you stay safe.
Okay. Belle, do you want to move a little bit forward with me and see if there's another door?
Okay, I can do that.
Okay. We won't leave the hallway, and we'll wait for you, but we'll see if there's another door we can go through.
Okay.
So
Oh, go ahead.
Do you guys want to go get the guy first?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So I'll follow Sweet Cream back in there and ask, so how did you get that name, do you reckon?
I really couldn't tell you. I don't know why anybody would be called Sweet Cream, but apparently that's me.
Maybe you're just a really sweet person or something.
It's either that or some kind of sarcastic joke. I can't tell which. Anyways.
When you guys get back to the room we started in, you can see that the ceiling has indeed continued its descent downwards, and it is currently, you would say, maybe 20 feet above your heads and making its way down. Not at like a, not breakneck speed, but it's just kind of like a click, 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 as a soft grinding of metal as it continues to make its way down.
Oh shit, Hall. This thing's coming down.
Yeah, let's get this bed out of here. Unfortunately, so we take that bed and roll it over to the door, and the bed frame is too wide for this door.
Sucks to suck, guys.
All right, I'm gonna take a risk to try and just grab the sides of the twin mattress and fold it up like a taco around this overly hot person. Overly hot person. Anyways, and I'm just gonna try and haul this thing through the gap, military drag style.
Are there things that need to be like rolled for that kind of thing, or do you just get to do it? I'm not sure what constitutes rolls exactly.
I feel like there's a risk of injury and failure at this point.
Yeah.
So, and I'm going to.
You can do it.
We believe in you.
Here we go. One dice, and that is a failure.
Oh my gosh.
Oh no.
Okay. So you get hurt, and you move that dice to you give me a bonus die.
Correct. Please let me move it. Okay, somebody else move it because I can't.
I can move it.
Actually, do you want to describe what happens to me? I think that's exactly what happens.
Together to describe. Okay, so as you try to move it, you sprain your back.
Oh no.
You.
Oh God.
Are you okay, Sweet Cream?
I'm not. I can't get him out. I can't get him out, and I can't stand up straight. Okay. Could you just put your other hand? We'll just yank him out.
Click. Click.
Yeah. I will also attempt to get this mattress taco style through the door.
Yeah, it's about 10 feet overhead.
And I rolled one and I succeeded. So Sweet Cream gets another die.
You have enough to buy one clue, but you might want to. You can save that for like when it might narratively make sense, like when you find something or whatever. Go ahead.
So unfortunately, I'm pulling it through the door, and when the last of the bed gets through the door, the built-up motion kind of pushes me on my ass, and I take a point of damage.
Are you okay, Hollow? I'm screaming
head.
like from farther in the hallway.
Yeah, just Just my tailbone.
The second you guys get that through, after it kind of knocks you on your butt, the wall comes down visible from behind the door, even slightly like taps the end of the medical bed, causing it to jolt a bit, and then fully comes down. The room now completely cut off where we started.
I'm gonna go ahead and spin my two things to create a clue.
Ooh.
Okay.
As the wall or the ceiling comes down over the top of the end of the twin bed, it snaps the frame with this ping sound. A chart goes flying off and hits the opposite wall in the hallway. I walk over to pick it up.
Oh, don't bend down right now. That's let me get it for you, and I'll bend down and grab it for you.
What does it say?
Well,
You get to say what it says, but you could also say what it says if Nate allows you.
So I look over it once he's got it held up. It says test subject Charlie, and it has a list of numbers next to it, and then a long list of procedures and medications, in sequence.
now
Keep flipping through it. There's no summary about the health condition of this patient, just a list of procedures and medications.
so is that a clue for who we are, or is that a clue to the nature of the danger?
Or the place.
I was going to say the place, because it's the purpose of the place.
Yeah.
Or it's hinting
All
at the
right.
purpose of the place.
It seems it was made for at least in part doing this Charlie business.
So, were they experimenting on people here?
They were experimenting on us.
It looks like it, although 3 of us didn't have IVs on. Anyway, I don't want to stick around this hallway any longer. I'm gonna risk some dice. Belle is gonna go over to the pipe, and further along the pipe, the idea is to smash it so that the superheated gas does not blow directly in front of the door.
Be careful, Belle.
I'll roll that 1 die with 1 bonus die because my skill is sabotage.
Ooh. I'm gonna sabotage the hell out of this pipe.
Oh, I failed.
Oh no.
I'll give a bonus die to Sweet Cream, and I get scalded in the process of. Actually, you get to tell me how I get hurt as well.
So you managed to hit the pipe, and it knocks in a huge cranked up portion of the pipe, which blocks the flow of the pipe itself to a small trickle of steam. And
Well,
you're
at
able
least
to
it did something.
pass underneath it for a moment. You look up at the pipe to inspect it. You hear this rumbling for a moment, and the whole thing ruptures, blasting it off the thing. The pipe whacks you in the face, just plasters you with a ping, and rolls off on the side. But now the steam is coming out about 3 yards back where you cranked up the pipe.
Okay. So we can. I have no idea. I don't know if there's a rule for if you fail, you can still bypass. But let's just go with it.
Let's fail forward. Yeah.
I would like to fail forward. We certainly now.
Let's fail forward.
Yeah. Yeah. Are you okay, Belle?
I'm a bit hurt, but I think I'm all right. It's just a concussion.
Oh, just a concussion. Don't fall asleep. Okay.
Does someone want to open this door? I need to gather myself.
Gosh, not really, but I'll do it. I'm gonna kind of wait a moment and kind of like tap on the handle a bit until I think I can physically touch it. And then I am going to push the door open. Inside of this room is a stark contrast to the rooms we have been in. It has a natural sort of almost like we stepped into a greenhouse. A large sum of just huge plants, green foliage, all of it seems to be living and well. Just an abundance of green, and it's very warm in this room. Maybe the steam was to keep things warm in here for the tropical plants. The walls in this room sort of look like a greenhouse. They seem illuminated, possibly on their own to mimic the sun. There is a kind of natural looking stone cobbled path that goes through. You can see that it's been a while. Even though none of the plants are dead, they do not seem to be fully tended to. And a lot of these spots are kind of built over with the plants sort of growing into the path and starting to overlap each other. And some of the cobblestone spots are broken as roots from trees sort of burst upwards. But you can see at the far end of the room, at the end of the cobblestone path, is another door.
Okay. Is that a big greenhouse? That's a big greenhouse.
I'll make them a little smaller. You know, just a little bit, though.
Okay.
Boom.
So I'll go in the room and say, this looks familiar, but also, why would they have a greenhouse beside our room? Doesn't make any sense.
I'm not sure.
Do you think they were running the same experiments on plants that they were on us?
I mean, I think I'll look around if there's anything on the plants. I think all there really is are like sprinklers, but we can't really tell if that's just going to be water. I mean, they could easily put chemicals on it.
That's true.
It's so pretty. There's no. It's all a garden. It's not. Or garden plants. It's not food or.
And then
I don't know.
Are we all going in? Yeah, are we all in?
I think we all just burped.
I suppose so.
When we get in, we hear the screeching noise from earlier again, and the light that it seems like it's natural sunlight flickers on and off. The entire room essentially flickers on and off, and the lights shut off. And when the lights shut off, as our eyes adjust, we see the ocean. We are underwater. Like this is essentially an underwater dome, and it's like the light kind of just made artificial sky. But if you take that away, it's just ocean. And when we look outside, there's bioluminescent sort of plants or seaweed or coral, something that's kind of providing light to the room.
Wow, it's very pretty, but I don't feel good now.
It's like the systems here are not doing well.
I mean, how far underwater are we? Or maybe it's just this room. Maybe above it's a pool. I don't know. I'd like there to just be a pool. That'd be great.
So Hollow goes over to the plate glass windows that basically surround the room, and he gives a tap on them and says, well, I sure hope it's nighttime because I don't see any sunlight coming in, and if it's daytime and we can't see the sun, that means we are a long way underwater.
That's
Oh,
true.
How
good.
thick is this glass? Or
Well-
how thick must it be?
I assume it has to be very thick because this isn't a pressurized chamber, and so the pressure's not pushing back against it. So a few inches at least.
Oh,
Enough to support some tropical plants. But what was with that room? We should bring in Charlie with us.
oh, yeah, we can't forget Charlie.
Yeah, the door seemed a little bigger to this room.
This door is just a much bigger kind of double doors. If you need to bring, people in beds in, seems efficient.
And as we bring Charlie in, we hear Charlie sneezing a little bit.
Oh, he's not dead. I just kind of assumed he was dead.
I mean, it could also be a reflexive response. I'm not really sure how that works.
I
You think Charlie being green has something to do with these plants?
I've not encountered any kind of plant that makes a person green.
Yeah, no, neither have I. Until maybe now, I suppose it's possible. I am also going to sneeze in this room.
What is with this room? I think we should go forward and go to that door at the end.
Yeah. Yeah.
So Hollow moves toward that other door, and he takes a breath that kind of hitches, and then he lets out a really big sneeze, and he falls over
Oh,
unconscious.
Oh.
Hollow.
Oh.
I'm gonna rush over and be aware of if there's a cloud of something that we don't see,
Be
and
careful. He could contaminate you.
gradually grab Hollow's legs and just slowly drag him out of the cloud of whatever that was.
As you start to pull Hollow away from the area for where he fell, his hand had fallen into kind of the foliage, and pulling it out, you can see that it is where his hand was cut by the glass. You can see that a plant brushes over it, and there is just a kind of, it almost looks like the sting of not exactly a cactus, but just the plant has just little bristles on it, and it rubs over the injury, and you can see those bristles start to push into the injury and start to discolor, not green, but begins to discolor like a almost an infected red color to the hand, just where the injury is.
Something's happening to Hollow.
Melissa,
Oh no.
Belle, I need some room. Let me look at him.
Okay, I'll get out of the way.
I pick up his hand and look at it. These little stingers are acting like an insect stinger that's come away from the body of the insect and are pumping some sort of fluid into it.
Well, can you get it out?
As time. Yeah, I think I can just pull it out real quick. And Sweet Cream begins pulling on the sides of these things.
That sounds like an obstacle.
Let's hope it goes well and both of you are okay.
This is important. I'm going to wager too.
Ooh.
Thank you.
And I'm going to get an extra dice because I have a medical profession. And fail all 3 dice.
Oh my
Damn it, I wanted a dice so bad. Shit.
So you lose actually 2 dice.
Oh no.
Oh, but you give me a die.
And I give you one. I'm going to copy one over.
Okay. Yeah, you can just copy paste. It's easy.
Try to avoid touching the plants.
Oh, you want me to do it for you?
Let's move
have to,
forward and get him out of here.
I can't get the crosshairs to come.
Yeah, I know it. The small ones. I got it. Okay, go ahead.
No, I'm just talking about leaving, but can I say what happens? I guess if he fails so miserably.
Oh, I get to say it right. I forgot. All
I,
right.
I don't know who, but somebody.
Someone can do it. Yeah. Do you want to do it? I think you want to do it.
I mean, a little bit. Only a little bit. As you go to try and pull these little stingers out of the palm of Hollow's hand, you end up having one stick kind of into you a bit aggressively, which is where you take your damage from.
It's a lot. It's 2 dice, so it's.
It stabs into that finger.
Jesus.
And you drop his hand kind of in shock and it falls back into the foliage.
God damn it, Hollow! Why do you do this to yourself?
I'm just going to come over and just sort of kick his hand out of the plants. I'm not going to attempt to fix it, but I'm getting it out of the plants. I just kick it out.
I'll pull and I'll slap Hollow awake. Wake up!
Hollow will wake up and
My one hand.
what's going on?
You went unconscious there.
We got to stay away from these nettles. They are awful.
And if the air is contaminating us, we need to keep moving forward. We don't know if the rest of us are susceptible or if it's just him.
By keep moving forward, do you mean through that door over there, or do you mean back out into the hallway?
I would suggest the door straight ahead, but I have nothing to base that on.
You had some of your immunosuppressant, right?
Uh-huh.
We did not. Okay, I will use my bonus dice to spend to buy a clue.
Ooh.
And what that means is I will push Violet in through the cloud, through whatever gas thing that is. And
I feel so betrayed.
And Violet will only get bouts of sneeze, but will not go unconscious. And
What the hell?
I don't know.
I immediately march over. What the hell are you doing? I immediately bent over to like pick up Violet. Like,
thank
Violet.
you, sweet dream.
I don't know how I know this, but I think these immunosuppressants could be helpful for us.
seems
Or
like you got
whatever.
a habit of doing medical tests on humans.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, it was correct. It didn't hurt me. Maybe I could go ahead to the next room and maybe there's like an air filtration thing.
Ventilator?
Yeah.
It was a
try
test.
that.
She didn't know that. Oh,
Yes.
Yeah. It's okay though. I trust you, Belle, okay?
You're the one with a medical degree between us. You should know more about this.
I know that I don't push humans into clouds of unknown gas. That's what my medical degree tells me.
Okay, well, look, we need to get out of here because I look behind us out at the hallway, and it looks like the light is actually brighter out in the hallway.
Oh.
And it's actually because the light at the end of the hallway has gotten closer.
Oh no. I'm going to start making my way through the cloud because it seems I am able to safely. And I am going to go to the next room and hope that I can find something to get the air circulating to clear a path for the team. So I'm going to go forward and I'm going to open the door.
Oh, I get to describe the next door.
Yes.
All right. So the next area that you open up to is an atrium. It's like a circular room,
Oh.
and it's it's almost as big as the greenhouse. And you can see there that it's almost like a courthouse. It's brown. There's wood. There's even like there's like a stage in the center, and there are multiple doors that you could see surrounding around it. There are papers around, not many, just a few. And there's a skylight that is a skylight to the ocean. And there's nobody there. And it looks really clean, neat, like nobody's touched it in a very long time. Or it's just been, it's like a janitor has just cleaned it up.
The contrast between these rooms is astounding. It doesn't really make any sense.
It's almost as if it was fully improvised, like the design
Weird.
of this.
It's almost like they were just like, "Hey guys, everybody, just describe a room and we'll put it together." And then we're like, "Wow, that's
That
a
is
great
so
idea."
strange.
I'm gonna look around near the door of this room before going in further to see if
Okay.
there is a control panel for the greenhouse.
I will say there is sort of like there is a control panel with buttons,
Okay.
and it looks like it does something to the greenhouse, like something that like disinfects or whatever between the greenhouse to the courtroom, but you don't know how it works, and what it does. If only there was somebody with some sort of knowledge regarding that sort of thing.
Oh, okay.
You don't need that. You can press buttons.
Hey,
Or you
hey,
could just
hey guys, I'm going to press buttons. Second off, I'm going to describe what this looks like. And if an engineer can assist me a little bit, that would be great. So I'm going to describe the buttons, and as I squint at them, expecting to be like, one of them probably says on and off. I cannot read this language. I have no idea what these buttons say. And so all I can do is be like, there is a slider, and the slider is all the way down, and there is a switch, and the switch is up, and then there are 4 buttons, and they are all red.
I will say there's probably there's no rule for assists, but I will say it's like you're trying to tackle the same obstacle. So like each of you can like bet dice on it, which I think makes sense.
Yeah, if both bet
You
a
can
dice,
combine
you
your
can
dice.
use, and then you can use the person's skill.
Belle, I would appreciate your help.
I don't know if I can help you with that. I'm good at breaking things, but
Oh,
I don't know how good I am at fixing.
Hollow.
Paulo, do you feel up to it?
I can certainly try. Why don't you just describe those buttons to me?
I go through again, very minimalistic. Slider down, switch up, 4 red buttons. They have words on them. I can't read them.
So Hollow thinks that you're pulling his chain and says, I think you're going to have to follow mostly your intuition, but I think you have to push each of those red buttons in sequence.
Okay, because this will certainly hurt all of you and not me. I'm going to push all the buttons in sequence. So I can bet dice on this. I have no expertise.
I'm not going to bet any dice.
That's
Oh
fine.
my god.
I am going to bet, because I think this is important, because, sweet cream seems to be nice, and Belle, I feel like I don't want them to get hurt, and Hollow's there. I'm going to bet
Hollow's
2
there.
dice on this. Shit. It's a 5 and a 6 are passes, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. I fail. And I guess
That was a great description.
I give a dice to fucking Hollow. Let me give you this dice. Here you go, buddy. Yeah, Hollow, what happens when I push all the buttons in sequence?
So, as you're pushing the buttons, Hollow speaks up and says, "I hope you have that slider turned all the way to the left." And as you push, as you push the last red button, you realize the slider is all the way to the right, and the whole panel electrifies, and the wind starts blowing in here, and you get electrocuted along with the panel.
God, shit! Ow!
So that wind probably helped at least.
Yeah, so the wind starts blowing that cloud, the haze away.
Ow.
Oh, are you okay?
Peachy.
Good to hear.
Uh-huh. That's weird that you didn't give the more pertinent information first, I think, but it's a stressful situation and I understand.
Oh, I just, it's one of those things you internalize as an engineer and a dashingly handsome young person.
Yeah, I mean, maybe one of those things is true, but I guess we'll see.
Violet, how you doing? Like, he walks up and like looks her in the eye, like to see if she's concussed or like if she's going into shock.
I think I'm okay.
Just try to breathe.
It was a pretty bad shock, but I'm not seeing spots or anything, and I'm not. I don't have any kind of like pulsating muscles or kind of tense joints or anything. I think.
Why don't you just have a seat in the juror box here?
Oh, okay.
Her box.
I'm gonna go kind of sit to rest a moment in the juror box. And the second I sit down, you all hear just like a slam from the judge's seat. That is just the sound of what sounds like a gavel smashing against the table, but nothing is there. Just a loud smack sound which echoes through this large, quiet room.
I go in and I say, I don't like what's going on here.
Uh-huh.
And whatever we are, whatever that sneezing was or whatever, it seems like it hurts us because we create a violent immune response to it. And by immunosuppressing our systems, our bodies don't react in such a violent way. So it's not actually the gas or the plant stuff. It's our bodies reacting to the plants.
It's a hell of a way to do it.
Yeah.
You shouldn't be on that stuff unless there's a really good reason.
Yeah, because I could easily get very, very sick. So I guess if we come across any other rooms like the greenhouse, I'll go first because I have the suppressant.
Violet, that's very kind of you. Thank you.
There's multiple doors here. Anybody feeling anything in particular?
It's my turn. It is definitely my turn. And he looks around. There's a door that goes back into the atrium, and a door on the opposite side of the court that seems to lead is shut right now, but appears to just open with a handle. There's a door behind the judge's box as well for people to come in and out. I'll try that directly across from the greenhouse.
Okay.
I open the like brass, nice ornate handle, clicks open, and is somebody going to describe an awful thing to happen?
Yeah, you open the door and you're immediately hit with just a stench unimaginable. There are fluorescent lights in this room that illuminate several toilets that seem to have more than backed up. There are large brown streaks on the walls behind them, and there is you haven't stepped into the room, but the entire floor seems to be covered with
These nasty
sewage.
sons of bitches.
Oh God. Okay, not that. And he slams the door.
Okay.
What
You
was-
want
what was
to
it?
draw the bathroom room?
Yeah,
That is a bathroom that has malfunctioned.
Oh, yeah, that doesn't seem important right now, hopefully. Oh, I hope so. I hope it's not important.
You know what? I'll just go in and check. I will check. And it's probably a bathroom, and it's probably just okay. All right. I said I would check, and he opens the door again and wades into the ankle-deep sewage.
It's
Ankle
not
deep?
quite ankle deep.
Okay.
It's probably only
Emotionally,
like 8 inches.
it's emotionally ankle deep.
Ankle deep. He feels his way through. It's dimly lit like everything else. It seems to be running on backup power. There is a line of urinals, and that seems to be the major issues, that those backed up all in a row in that pipe on the wall to his left. And there's a constant flow, a trickle of water coming out of each of them, filling up the room. There seems to be some sort of drainage on the other side on the stall side. So it hasn't flooded completely yet.
I'll shout out from the other side of the court and ask, are there any exits there?
Let me. It rounds a corner, and the whole thing makes an L to the hook to the right around the stalls, and there's a door on the right wall, hidden by the stalls. Yeah, there is another way out of this bathroom. Strangely enough.
I don't know if I want to go in there.
Yeah, we can keep going.
Oh, good.
It's an unlocked steel door, or it doesn't even have a deadbolt. It's just a bathroom door that opens.
I don't know about this.
Safely.
I don't know about this. I'm gonna go. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, so as you are wading through the sewage to make your way down that small hallway to the door, several creatures begin to move underneath the water, and it seems like they are closing on your location.
Oh shit, guys! There's something in here. And he books it through the far door as fast as he can.
Far door. You're gonna go.
Oh no! Oh no!
He made it was,
turn back.
he got past the Rubicon, the point of no return,
Okay.
and shoots out the other side. Well, maybe we'll see. This seems like a check.
Yeah, I think it's a challenge to evade these things.
So he's going to try to burst through the opposite door, slam it shut, and hold it shut on the other side. I'm wagering 2 dice. And I got a success.
Dice.
Those happen.
Oh, what
Violet
happens?
gets a die.
Let me tell you about it, Sweet Cream.
I think you get to narrate, but you can also narrate. Anyone can do that.
I'm happy to tell Sweet Cream how he succeeds. A spryness that has not been apparent for you for the time you've been awake, but standing in shit and being possibly attacked by monsters definitely brings out and invigorates you as you just kind of like run football player, hand forward. Your foot brushes something. You know that it is something physical and kind of big, but you're able to push past it as you feel it try to hold on to you. You kind of like leap over it. It's all very cool and in slow motion.
Hospital gown fluttering in the wind.
Just your hair, little wispies, just like blowing softly. You make it to the other side, push through the door, close the door behind you, and kind of put your weight against it, and are now safely inside the next room. Though meanwhile, as we all hear this commotion, we also hear from behind us the rustling of plants, and Charlie's gone.
So one more thing, as you get through that door, you yank it closed behind you, and just as you do, a rat, a very large rat, sticks its head through the door. As you pull it all the way shut, the ceiling of the door decapitates the rat, which kind of lets out a gurgle and stares up at you with a dead eye.
I think Nate, you get to also describe the room that you're in, the new room. It's your turn for that one.
So, with his back against the door, looking out, he sees a giant office space. Rows and rows of cubicles. There seems to be power in here more than there was in the other, and there are computers that you can see at these desks. Lights on at their login screen. There's a soft squish of sewage and on carpet underneath his feet.
There is something that we forgot to do while we were describing clues. Besides answering a question, we also get to say something true about either the person that we distrust or the person that we want to protect. So we could do that now, or we could do that later, like as we remember something.
Yeah, it's up to the people who
have done past clues. I have done one, and Nate has done one. I'll give mine later.
Yeah, as it comes to me, I'll do it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, that's it.
Nope. Knowing that there's something bad behind me and something bad in front of me, I am going to, I think maybe the rooms meet up somewhere in the middle, and I am going to go to, if this is the top left door to the bathroom, I'm going to go to the top right door and hope that it gets me to a space near where Sweet Cream is. So I am going to get up, and I'm going to go that way because I'm not going through the bathroom full of death. I'm not going in there, and I'm not going back.
There's multiple rats there, right?
Yeah, I'm not going into. Well, we don't even know that it's rats. All I just know is there's something in here, and just there's shit on the floor. And I don't like that. So I'm gonna move over. Belle, come on. We should try to meet up with Sweet Cream.
Let's do that.
And I'm gonna open up this door.
Hopefully one of us is the less reckless one.
Yeah.
You already made it past, so fine. I'll excuse you for that.
Yeah. Hollow, would you like to open this door? I've had a recently bad experience with a door.
Okay.
Of course. Yes, you're not looking so good. Let me open that door for you.
That would be great.
So I assume we are going to the one straight behind the judge's stand in the courtroom, and I will open up. It is a nice, solid oak door. Oh, you want to go to the right side of the room?
I want to go there. I want to go to the right.
So behind the jury stand, there is another door, and this one is less solid wood, but definitely still wood.
All right. You open this door, and inside it is, for a moment, dark.
Sorry.
and then starts going into like strobing colorful lights. The floor seems to be, instead of the kind of nice wood floor of the courtroom, it is now like a metal industrial, but not the same as the hallway prior. It's just like dark squares, and from above, lights kind of circle and strobe. There is the soft beat of music from inside, and you can see what looks like a bar on the far end. You can also see what looks like standing tables. And you can also see that one of these sort of metal squares that the floor is comprised of, one of them has been completely bent in half and goes deep into what is underneath, where you can see concrete, and that looks like it was torn, like this kind of few inches thick of concrete, which leads underneath to a area with wires. And so there's little sparks that happen in that area, but it looks like it was ripped upwards, and just there's the soft beat of like house music and just spinning strobing lights. Yes, on the floor is where the pulled up metal is. Oh.
Yes, this room seems much better than the former.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure this room.
I'll step in, and as Belle steps in the dome above the skylight where the ocean is, there's a brilliant flash of light, green light. It looks as if it's coming from the underside of a belly of something really large that's swimming, and that's what we see. But it doesn't do anything else. We just see that, and I will look around the bar and see what's going on. See if I can get some liquids, alcohol. You still have your pole, right?
Yeah, I'm kind of dragging it around with me. When you approach the bar, it seems to be stocked, and as you reach to grab for a drink, your hand goes directly through it, and it kind of shimmers.
Hold on. Did you see that?
No, what happened?
What was that?
I'm gonna do this to the case.
The hand goes in and the hand goes out.
Hand goes in and out.
Is there anything behind that?
Can I grab anything behind that?
You reach back, and your hand touches a very cold metal wall. And as your hand kind of moves slowly along it, you hear a jingling sound of like a metal chain. And would you like to follow it with your hand?
Okay, sure.
You follow the chain with your hand, and it leads to a thick metal manacle. And there's nothing inside said manacle, but you can feel that it is damp on the inside with something. And when you pull your hand back, you can see your hand has been tinted red.
I smell my hand, and it's not blood, but it smells very metallic. It's like a really deep kind of like some kind of a rust or chemical erosion from the manacles, almost as if the whatever was holding the manacles caused that, like whatever the manacles were holding caused that chemical erosion. And I'll feel along the wall, and I'll feel that there are 3 other manacles, as if enough manacles to restrain one person, and they all have this corrosion on them. I'll pull the manacles out of the like wall or the wall hologram to show everyone, and I'll like, look at this.
Oh, that doesn't That doesn't look good. And as you pull them forward, sort of going past the hologram that was covering them, the room itself begins to flicker and strobe, and the visage of the club dissipates, and we are in what looks more like a metal, horrible jail. There are manacles littering parts of the wall. There are horrible stains on the floor, but that opening on the floor is still there where something tore through. Okay. Sweet Cream, can you hear us?
Violet?
Are you okay?
I think so.
You hear the muffled voice of Sweet Cream through one of the walls.
I'm gonna go and go to that wall and kind of put my ear to it. We're in a room that was a club and now it is a jail. Where are you?
Giant office. I think there's some power in here. I'm kind of stuck at this door. I'm holding it shut.
Okay, so we have to find our way to you to help.
It
Unless
was
you do
just-
something.
I'll check the walls where I hear Sweet Cream's voice, and I. Oh, okay. Okay. I'm gonna have to. I have if we only had something that could break this thing open, and then we all hear the loud sound of a gavel smacking on the other room.
So Hollow has not made it very far into the room, and he goes back into the courtroom, and he looks, and behind the judge's stand, it's not like a small gavel and block. It is like a Harley Quinn giant wooden hammer, and he picks it up, and it looks very, very large. And he comes back into the club jail and says, "Do you think this would help getting through the wall?"
I think it would. I'll immediately take it out of Hollow's hands, and with my one arm,
Oh,
and
big
I'm
strong
gonna
lady.
swing it into the wall, and that gives me a bonus dice, and I will use 2 dice for this. So
Okay.
that gives me. Actually, I'll just use 1 die. I'm half-assing it because it's Sweet Cream on the other side. Like, who cares about?
Listen, I don't have any attachment to Sweet Cream, but he seems really nice.
I succeed, and it breaks open, and it's apparently a very thin wall, but some wooden splint. Or does someone want to describe how I got injured? Otherwise, it's
So
just wooden splinters.
You haul back with the hammer and launch straight into the wall, and it's just a drywall barrier. These are really the same room, as far as constructing an underwater base is concerned. So there's drywall and studs. The weight of this giant hammer, though, it just keeps going and just yanks you through the hole with it. Splinters and bits of drywall go through your eyes and face. It's you come out the other side into the well lit compared to where you've been in the past office space, blinking and with a scratched up face.
And as I see Sweet Cream's face emerge from the other side, I suddenly remember something about us. I say, we're not twins. One of us is a clone. And where's Charlie?
Yeah, Charlie's gone, and I think it's for the best. I'm just going to poke my head through the drywall. Is everyone okay?
Yeah, are you okay in there, Sweet Cream?
Yeah. Eyeing Bell.
I go into the office like I've been here before, and I like dislodge like a file case, and I flip through the folders, and I pull out an envelope that says Sweet Cream's actual name, not Sweet Cream.
His people name and not Sweet Cream.
The bureaucrats here are thorough. It says my real name and then in quotation marks, Sweet Cream.
Sweet Cream. And I pull it out and put it out on the table and flip it to like the first page where it lists you and clones. One of my name is in the list, and there are maybe 5 other names in that list, but my name has an X on it. I've been in this office before. I don't know how, but there's the proof.
What? Why would someone clone me or anybody?
I don't know. I'll look at the other. Let's just get out of here. Let's find a way out of here.
Yeah, we should push something in front of the door so Sweet Cream can move forward, like one of the desks or something.
Hollow, could you push a desk over here?
I forgot about that. Yeah.
He just been against the door like, huh? Yeah.
Yeah, of
After all of that.
Yeah, and Hollow will like brush a whole computer off of the desk just straight onto the floor and push it in front of the door. I'm sorry, Sweet Cream. I just I didn't realize you needed help.
And the computer that you brushed off it's like from the 80s. All the computers here are not new. They are all from the 80s. I mean, they're using a paper filing system.
Huh. All right, just give him a second, Sweet Cream. He's very strong.
I'll send a dirty look at to Violet from across the room.
I'm going to give him a wink, and then I'm going to start to look around at some desks.
So I am going to spend my 2 clues, and while you're looking around, you find one of these desks has a newspaper on it, and the date doesn't make sense. The date says like year 70, but the title article on it says clones or colonists, clonanist ?
Hey, you clones are in the paper. Clonanists. Clone
You wanna write that
pollinists.
down?
That's the best they got.
You see that?
I go over to you at the door and I kind of hand it to you while you're waiting for very strong Hollow to push this desk.
So I get that over there and see Violet perusing a newspaper. What's that you have there?
It says, first off, none of it makes sense, but I'll read it to you as I kind of walk over to where you guys are to kind of bring it to everybody. It says it is the year 70, and it says clones, ? Colonists, ? Clonanists, ? So I guess if you two are at least clones, and that paper there says that there are multiple clones, I guess this is about you guys, at least, and I guess others. In the year 70, that doesn't make sense. Do you think? Is it possible this place has its own calendar? Or is it literally the year 70?
Maybe it's 70 years since the colony started.
Maybe. I see the rat head and I'm like, oh, oh, gross.
We should probably not touch that. Are there any other exits in this room?
Yeah, as I was surveying the room, I saw that on the far side, so the right side of the room, east on our map, it seems that there is 3 doors, and they seem to be connected to some kind of like wooden mechanical pulley system with a bunch of levers connected to something like an abacus.
Oh my god.
I've had bad experience once again with confusing doors. I don't know why the doors have to be so confusing.
I don't want to have to ask you, Hollow, but among us, you seem to know your way around machines and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, I could sure take a look at it, of course. I don't often get a chance to flex my brain muscles in such a way, so.
Go ahead and prove that they're there.
Yeah, so he will go up to it and he will study how the levers kind of move the strings on the pulleys, and then when he's ready, he will put the correct levers in place and then activate a large switch and see what it does and fail.
Oh, hell yeah.
So how do I get hurt from this, Violet?
I'd love to tell you about it. So you start doing your mumbo jumbo and you keep kind of a nice look on your face like you know what you're doing, but there's a part where you certainly don't. This is the weirdest shit you've ever seen and you're just going to pretend and hope it all works out. So confidently you pull these levers, push these buttons. The center door kind of steams, kind of, and kind of cockily, you reach forward, open it, you take a step in, and your foot literally hits nothing as you step forward, falling into the next room, leg falling between the slots of what is a bridge, which is suspended from one end of the hallway to the next. You cannot see the bottom of the floor. It just kind of aggressively scrapes your leg as you just sort of like fall into the room, but you do not fall off the bridge. You just get your leg stuck. And I'm going to talk about this room more. Is it my turn?
It's your
can
turn
be.
now.
I don't remember. I forgot
I don't
the order.
remember either.
I've completely lost track of turns.
Oh wait, no, I did the club.
You did. It's
Hey,
my
this
turn.
room has a bridge in it, guys.
I think if you have something to, I can add
I have
stuff.
nothing to add to that. There's a
Okay.
bridge.
This room is pitch black other than the bridge. That's what you see. And it does go all the way forward. You can't tell if there's anything on the other side. It's just that dark, but it's somehow bright enough that you can see the bridge. And you can smell the smell of not it's like river, and you can actually hear like a river. But it doesn't smell like seaweed. It's as if it's a freshwater river. But you don't know where this river is. It could be below you. It could be to your side. It's as if like the echo. It's like the sound of it's echoing all over that you can't tell exactly where the direction is, or it could be everywhere even.
Ow. Careful. There's a rickety bridge going across here, and I'm not sure all of the wood in it is sound anymore. So perhaps we should be careful.
I was going to ask why is there a bridge here, but I could ask that for almost anything, so I have no questions.
Do you come across a lot of rooms with bridges in them?
From my memory, this is the first room with a bridge that I have seen.
Well, does somebody want to make it their way across?
Well, you've already started.
Sure. I can go. And Hollow will step onto the first sturdy slat on the bridge, and then just gingerly start making his way across, testing each of the boards as he goes.
You got it. Believe in you. You're doing great. You're doing great, Hollow.
Can I make it all the way to the other side?
I mean, that's the thing. That's the rub, right? You get to the center of the bridge.
Okay.
And you step forward onto the next stable-looking piece. And as you put your foot on it, you hear, wah, and it flashes red as if it is just a piece of possibly either plastic or metal painted to look like a piece of wood as one of the steps. Blah, and you watch as it detaches from the bridge and falls down into the abyss.
This is Super Mario.
And then Big Rock from Sky crushes you.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, that falls out.
So would you say it is an obstacle to get my footing and make my way across this bridge?
I would say it's an obstacle as you see that it looks like not all of these are stable and it's not all visual. So yeah, I think it's an obstacle to get across safely.
Okay. So I don't quite follow that the metal glowy board as it goes down, but I will wager 2 dice as I'm trying to make my way across this bridge, rooting out all of the bad slats, and fail.
Oh, what a pickle.
Gosh.
You make it a good way. You make it to like the very like end. You're almost there as you'll take a step forward and you'll sort of tap it with your foot. Some of them fall, some of them don't. And you make your way forward, and one that you thought you tapped hard enough to test and you didn't see it light up, you thought it was safe. You step onto it, it starts to go. So as you start to fall, you reach out to try and save yourself, grabbing onto the ropes on either side, grabbing it with your injured hand, which just rubs the hell out of your already open injury, pushing the spikes in deeper. And you just can see it's horribly painful, but you know if you let go, you will fall into the abyss. As this red infection-like issue on your hand seems to spread and get worse as you now dangle there. Should
Hollow, are you all right? Like me asking that while you're dangling.
He's
Like,
just dangling there.
you're
Yeah,
alive, right?
yeah. Everything up to this point is safe. That's still there. Could somebody help me out?
Well, he already rooted out the ones that seem to not work, which, good job, Hollow, you did it.
I'm gonna go forward, and now that we know like where the safe ones are, it seems safe to pass, and I'm gonna try to lift Hollow up from the with my one arm.
Your one just strong as hell
Ultra
arm.
Yeah,
powerful.
I am going to follow Belle out just in case Belle
Bring my
falls.
hammer. Well, bring the hammer.
Well, I have to kind of move my thing over the spots. Sweet Cream, if you're
Yeah.
able to get the hammer, but if you're not, I understand.
Sweet Cream hobbles back over, holding his back, and grabs the hammer. He's still got enough strength to throw it over his shoulder and muscle forward with it, but he's not moving very quickly.
Be careful with that hammer. Lift with your legs, Sweet Cream. I say as I'm dangling.
Yeah, I'll grab a Hollow up, and hopefully that's enough to get him quite all right. And I'll beckon the others forward. Come on, let's go through here. I have no idea where we're going, but it's better than staying where we came from.
Yeah, definitely.
As you guys make it through the bridge, there's a sudden like ripple of light that happens in the room. It's as if like bioluminescent light. It looks like it's emitted by like, I'd say like plants or bioluminescent plants growing at the very bottom of this room, or well, it's a cavern, and as it ripples through the cavern, we can see that it's really, really, really deep. It's all the way down, and the ripple goes all the way, spreads out, and goes up to the sides and goes up to the ceiling. So it's an incredibly large spherical room that looks like a cavern. And it also looks like there from that rippling of light, we get to see a little more details of this area, and it looks like on either side of the bridge there are broken planks of wood and some broken objects. It looks as if like this area had rooms before and was actually connected to the office and the courtroom and all of that. But it seems like those rooms are gone now, and this is kind of like we're outdoors. We're outdoors in a cavern with air underwater somehow.
I have a question as Jillian.
Okay.
Let's say I wanted to put that third clue of who are we? Am I allowed to say things about people that I do not have a trust or distrust of?
Yeah. You can
Okay.
say when you use a clue, you can say something about you say something about someone, either the one you want to help or the one you distrust.
Okay. And then I come up with a fact. So I have a fact, and then I have something about somebody I am
Yes.
with.
That's for any mystery. I think two people, I think Nate and Josh haven't used their thing about the other person fact.
They're
So
waiting.
is that a who? So okay. So when you spend a clue, you get to fill in one of the "Who are we" lines.
Oh no. When you spend a clue, you fill in one of the mysteries, and then you get to describe one fact about either any person you have a relation with, like either the person you don't trust or the person that you trust. And it's not in the "Who are we."
Oh, okay, all right.
It's not
Okay.
in the "Who are we."
As we're making our way across and looking at this huge room, there's something that dawns in me, that it's beautiful, that a lot of these rooms in a sense were picturesque and something that one would be like, oh, in society they have this. This was certainly made as some sort of experiment, that this is definitely a home for other people because the original was not well or good. Something was wrong with it. So this was a test. We are people testing this out, and it consists of clones and doctors, people doing the experiment. And I realize I don't think I'm a clone. Ergo, I must be a doctor of sorts, I think, to myself, will not say out loud. And I look at Hollow as he's being like pulled up, and he gets his footing back on the bridge and is down on one knee. And it dawns on me that we were married. And I'm just staring at Hollow like, oh, no. So I'm not exactly sure how to write this up, but...
Is this on Who Are We? Yeah, and
Yeah.
I guess that solves...
It would either be Who Are We or What Is This Place? But I think we solved who we are. We are either clones or scientists, doctors. Doctors and clones. Doctors and clones. I'll figure this out. So while you guys help him up, I'm just having an existential crisis as this shitty dude's my husband. And I'm like, then why do I hate him so much? And I'm trying to figure that out.
So, Belle helps me up, and we are just steps away from the next door, and it is some kind of pressurized hatch, like the kind you'd see in a submarine or something. And I spin the wheel on the front of it, and this next room is a small square room. On the two sides that aren't the door, there seems to be mirrored glass, maybe two-way glass, but then there is also an ultraviolet light streaming down from the ceiling, and it is very bright. It is bright enough to see each other, and it like highlights the whites of our gowns. And the interesting fact that I got with my clue was, as we file into the room, on Violet's back, this ultraviolet light seems to illuminate some kind of tattooed map. And
it's a map to water.
And it is incredibly large. Like, it would take time to look at it and compare the sizes and shapes of the room to where we might have been on her back. But it is a very large full back tattoo in some kind of ultraviolet ink. Violet, there's just if you look in the mirror and look at your back, it seems you have a tattoo of some kind.
That doesn't make sense. I'm going to turn my back and look at this map on my back. I don't remember getting that. I think some things have dawned on me, though, that there's only a few types of people here. It seems that, as we've discovered, some people are clones, yes. But also there are medical professionals, as we've seen from the room we started in. And I would think we came here by choice. I cannot say, but we were here testing something. We were preparing for something, and it seems like it has not gone very well, or it's gone perfectly. I don't know. I do not think I am one of the clones, though. and I can't speak for everybody if you can't be both. But Sweet Cream, you do seem to have knowledge of medical things, so I can't speak for you. And Hollow, you have maintenance experience, meaning that you were probably put here for a reason as well. And
Well, one of us here is both a doctor and a clone.
that's possible that maybe a doctor who thinks highly of himself maybe would make clones of himself.
You can never have too much sweet cream.
Ain't that the truth?
I feel like I can't disagree.
At that moment, Sweet Cream has a memory of sitting at a desk and filling out a series of forms, endless stacks of paperwork, and he gets to one, and it says Bell, subject 17759 at the top, and it has a lot of pertinent characteristics at it, and then a note says subject injured in testing, unsuitable for further colonization use. And he remembers vividly of reaching off to his left, thinking of a big red stamp, stamping it on there, subject selected for extermination. Passes the folder off to the left and moves on to the next one.
But you don't tell this to anyone.
I don't tell that to anyone.
Yeah. Good.
But he
I'm just staring at Hollow and I'm deciding if I think it's relevant that we're married.
So Hollow goes over to there's a small table in the middle of the room, and some arcane device he does not recognize. He picks it up, and it's kind of a strange shape. There seems to be a portion that will flip up, and he holds it and looks at it and presses a button on it, and a part of it flips up and flashes him right in the face, and from underneath an undeveloped Polaroid pops out of it, and he just sees little globes of light for a couple seconds, but from the flash, someone sees behind him on the door on the south that there is something written that doesn't show up in the UV light.
Did you see that?
There's something written on there.
UV light's washing it out.
But why would you have a map on your back, by the way? That's only
can't-
UV light activated.
I don't want to say it makes my name seem very relevant, but I don't remember getting this tattoo. It must have been for good reason, so that maybe I'm supposed to help people get out. I don't know. But before we leave the room, somebody should check the map and see if there's an exit or a way out. And then we can go through the door, but if I leave this room, then we can't see what's on my back.
Okay. I'll have a look at Violet's back, and I see that it's really like a jumble. And I see the tattoo changing. There are several. It seems like it's moving around a little bit sometimes, and some rooms kind of flicker in and out and then vanish. Your tattoo, I think it's alive.
Good. That's good.
Anyway, there's an arrow somewhere here, and I point to the arrow, and I don't think it's too far from where we are. It's just maybe 4 rooms ahead.
Okay. And if we have to, hopefully we're able to come back if we need to look at it again.
Yeah.
Let's try and get a look at what's on this door and try and get rid of these UV lights at least hitting it.
So Hollow will fiddle with the Polaroid camera and he will turn it around to point it at the door behind him and flash it again. And I'm gonna say to notice what this door says is going to be an obstacle.
Okay.
Who wants to try?
I'll try. I've got dice aplenty, I suppose. I'm going to risk 1 because if I don't know what it says, and then we're just entering a door that we don't know what it is. But it won't kill us. A 6! Huzzah!
Ooh.
I succeed, and I give a nice little thing to my friend Belle.
So you are.
Thank you.
You decipher really quickly what this door says, and you're at the door on the northern side of the room, and it says, "This door spells certain death. Use the one on the other side of the room."
Oh, okay. I saw it.
What did it say? Sorry, I'm still blinded by this flash.
Oh, a moral dilemma, isn't it? A moral dilemma I've been presented with. The amount of distrust I feel towards Hollow is very intense. And if I had not had this memory just moments prior to this, I would have probably told him to go in that room. But I'm not going to learn anything if he, dies in the death room. So I don't think we should go in there. We should find a different way out because that door is bad. Or it's a joke, but I think it's bad.
So we should not go to the northern door and check out the southern door instead?
I need you to believe me, and as you know, I am a trustworthy person, and you hang on the words that I say. Hollow, you should not go in that room.
Oh, okay. And he doesn't know why, but he's kind of flapping the Polaroid to futilely make it show up faster. And after just a couple seconds, he can see, behind the Polaroid he just took and the selfie he just took, you can see what it says on the door, and says, "Oh, good. I can see that this is probably the bad choice. Thanks for having my back, Violet."
Of course. It seems I would have your back for a long time, and I trust you. Right. Good. Moving along.
Y'all are quite the team.
Yeah, quite the team.
Okay.
Team. What did he do? What did he do? Is there another door in here, or do we have to head back out?
There is a door on the opposite side of the room from the door that says certain death. Okay.
Does that door seem to flash the camera again at this door?
Sure. And I'll go over to the other side of the room and flash the camera at that door. And I'm going to say there's nothing on it.
Okay, well, that one's labeled. This one isn't. Let's go. I'll go in this one first. Okay. And I am going to open this door and go into the next room to take a peek.
Whose room is it next?
I believe it is
It's yours.
sweet cream.
No, I think it's mine. So, as you open the door, the hatch swings open, and you look through, and there's a giant tiled wall that stretches out, white, clean tile, and a platform in front of you. And that platform gives way to a set of tracks. You just stepped into a station.
Station.
And you immediately hear the oncoming sound of a train. Immediately loud blast, and it is hauling. After a few moments, whoosh, it flies past, thundering past all of us, doesn't stop at all, and
That's
continues
weird.
off into the distance.
Is
You
it
see that
bright
there's a
in the bright
long
area?
glass tunnel.
Uh-huh.
So there's subway lighting,
Right,
and
right.
it seems this place is powered.
And which way does the subway run? Is it north, south, east, west?
The track goes north south.
Okay.
Beautiful. As we enter this room, this subway station, a quick glance around reveals that there are no other doors. It is only that tunnel.
So
After a few moments, you listen to trains go past over and over again, probably at a very high pace, one every minute and a half or so. And the tracks are long, or they're wide, so there's probably 4 or 5 separate lines, and each one there's a new whoosh that goes past. It seems almost random. And then after a few moments of just watching in awe, a train stops in the station on the far side.
Oh, well, I was worried we were going to have to walk the whole tunnel. This makes me feel better, even though we are going to die. Okay.
Oh, I don't think we're going to die, Violet. We could certainly make this out of this. We're all smart people, right?
We're doing great.
Question.
Don't hurt yourself too hard thinking about it, Violet. It's okay.
Yeah, I seem to be a big fucking idiot. I married you. And I'm going to go kind of cross my arms and I'm going to go stand at the edge of the platform.
You married me? Excuse me?
Yes. I remembered something and we are either currently or at least were married.
So at that, Hollow looks down at his left hand and realizes that there is a nice deep impression on his ring finger. Oh,
took off your ring.
So I'm starting to think I'm a real big idiot. But hey.
Well, should we go try to catch the train?
Yeah, if it seems to be waiting in particular for us.
All right. I'm going to go to the train and
Maybe I didn't describe that accurately.
Oh.
It's on the far side of
You
active
have to
tracks.
cross tracks to get to it.
we have to cross. This is like that game.
It's like
the
Frogger.
frog-
It's Frogger.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Well, I might need some help across. I'm not feeling too well and my tailbone hurts.
Whoever's feeling the most spry, I suppose, should maybe try to go first. Maybe there's a way to extend a bridge. I'm just being hopeful.
Okay, I will. I'll actually try something. Belle hops down to the tracks and looks around and sees a lever on the near side and hopes maybe those levers will slow down the trains or redirect the trains, and or if it causes trains to crash, they will at least crash somewhere far away. And I will roll that with my sabotage skill, and I will spend 1 die on it since it seems rather risky. And I get a 5. I get 1 success.
Nice.
So yes, I say that the lever has done sort of like it has. There's actually some lights on the top that are hanging down, and 3 of them have just turned red, while the other one with the train we have is green. I guess that was some sort of switch. Either way, let's cross while it lasts.
Okay. The train that stopped is now starting to move. It is not moving at a fast pace. It is starting to go, though, because it has been activated. Okay, let's go.
Oh, shit.
All aboard.
Everybody run. I think this is an obstacle for everybody.
Oh my
Sweet
god!
cream's hobbling.
All right.
Everybody obstacle. I'm going to use probably a few dice. Shit. I don't think about the outcomes for myself.
Yeah.
You're so used to being the DM, you don't think about how you're injuring yourself.
I succeed again. Wow.
I have a success. Okay.
Sweet cream's gonna throw 2 at this because this is important.
Yeah.
Hollow's gonna throw
Sweet
3.
cream, you're gonna die.
Okay. So I
Sweet
got
cream is gonna die.
I got 2 successes.
Very cool. I got a success.
So 2 successes. Does that mean both of those dice go to Sweet Cream?
Yes.
Okay.
Sweet Cream has all of the extra dice. I gave mine to Belle, my 1 success.
Oh my
So
gosh. Oh,
Did
you're
everybody
so hurt.
succeed?
yeah, Violet, how did I hurt myself along the way? Because I got real hurt.
You get to describe. Oh well, if you want. But yeah,
Oh, I
if you want to-
certainly want to. Certainly want to.
Did you succeed, Sweet Cream?
I succeeded,
Got
and
awesome.
I passed 1 success to Violet.
Fantastic. At
Perfect.
least it wasn't.
So everybody succeeded. We just have to describe how everybody got hurt a little bit.
Yeah.
I'll go ahead and say, gosh, Hollow, who's looking real damn bad,
Gosh.
is one of the last people to actually. Can other people go first? I want him to be last on. Actually, would anybody else like to describe first? Because I got some stuff.
Okay.
All right.
I'll go first. So as it's real simple, Violet, as you're running across, you're just not so good with the electricity, and
God
you
damn
step
it.
on that electrified third rail, and I don't know physics. Somehow it melts right through whatever shoe you were wearing, or maybe you're not, and that's why it hurts your foot.
Shit. As I drag myself up. And I'm just gonna lay down in the train.
All right, Belle, you're next.
I say for Sweet Cream, you walk absolutely perfectly through the rails, but you do take a misstep and it triggers like the sprain in your back, like it's this explosion of pain.
Gingerly crawl up into the train with whatever's left of the muscles in my back. Belle, you are the fastest. Like, fit, running through the tracks, way in front of everybody, until you get to the last track, and your toes catch on the last rail, and you go flying. And it wouldn't really be that bad, except for your left hand goes out to stop you, but you don't have a left hand. So you just face plant and slide.
Curses phantom hand.
Still not used to this hand stuff.
And then last to get to the train. The train is starting to pick up speed. Everybody else, electrocuted, tripped, or not, makes their way on as it begins to pick up speed. Hollow, you're running now as fast as you can. You have to sprint to catch up. And the doors of the train start to close as it tries to, safety. And at the last moment, as I'm sure somebody who cares about you reaches a hand out to help you pull you in, you do not injure yourself on the run or the climb up. You injure yourself when the door slams shut and you hear just like a terrible sound from your ankle as that door just smashes it, and then you pull it free as your ankle just instantly just starts swelling, and it's kind of fucked. The door closes.
Hello, are you okay?
I think the adrenaline is. Is it really warm in here? I think it's really warm in here. So as the train starts to pick up speed, I am going to spend my 2 extra dice as a clue, as the something large destroys part of the tunnel behind where we are. Just loud crashing noises, and a ton of water pushes its way in and pushes the train forward. The train seems to be going at a quick rate, but the water picks it up and rushes it forward down this tunnel. It's probably carried us a mile or more away from our original location by the time the water pressure isn't enough, and it kind of comes to a stop on some kind of dark embankment, and soon after, the lights on the train flicker out.
We should keep moving and get these doors open.
What the hell was that? Was that like a sea creature?
We saw one earlier. We saw one through there's the little slots in the roof where you can see into the ocean a bit. We saw something big. I was hoping it was just like a whale or something.
It is tearing this place apart.
We gotta keep going. Or we're going to. Sorry, I just saw the nature of the danger. It's big. It's big.
I don't know how much information that is.
It big sea creature. I'm like, I see now. It is a problem. We kind of. I'm gonna go forward and I'm gonna start trying to because the electricity died on the train, and I'm trying to get the door open. How do we get the door open? Is there an emergency release, or how do you get a door open that's electrical if there's no electricity?
Yeah, there should be that panel next to the door. It should have the mechanics to open a door if there's no electricity.
Okay.
It's like a bus door. It's air pressurized, so you just let out the air pressure.
Okay. I'm gonna open that. And you can go ahead.
I'm going to start a new frame for where your new area is.
Area.
I'll move it to the front so it's easier to switch.
Okay.
Neat. I am going to pull this lever, and then there is the hydraulic hiss of air as the door releases and kind of slowly. There's a squeak of metal because the impact of the water and whatever was possibly behind us damaged the train a good bit, and we can see that there is now a dent from the outside, pushing the door against the actual train as it scrapes open a little bit, not all the way. And we are immediately hit with light and the soft sound of wind and waves. We are standing on a indoor beach. The walls appear to look like ever expanding kind of horizon and water. There is physical water and there's sand. There appears to be like towels on the beach, and there's like inflatable balls, and it just seems like a whole lot of people at some point were here, but it is now completely abandoned except for what is just an unnerving lump in the sand. After on this smooth beach, there is just one part the size of about a basketball, just perfectly smooth of sand sitting dead center in this fake beach area, which just has the sound of gulls and wind, very lifelike. I hate this place.
What do you reckon that lump is over there?
Maybe something good. Maybe we can just avoid it. We don't have to.
We can
check
avoid
out.
it, but where are the? Do we see any other exits?
As you guys look around, as we all look around the room, you can see that there is like, when you go to the beach and you have to kind of walk across like a little dock with little steps. There's the little steps going up a bit, and then the dock, it looks like it heads towards a door at the back wall. If I like zhuzh a little thing. So like around here, there is a dock which leads to a door. Yeah, we could just scoot along the wall and we don't even have to think about that.
We could do that.
Yeah, let's head over there. I'm sure everything will be fine.
There is a low groan as we step onto the sand coming from the lump.
Is anyone familiar with that, or has anyone heard of anything like that?
It's a groan. That's a human.
You watch as the lump kind of shifts as if what was kind of around it was just patted down sand. And you watch as the sand sort of breaks and falls off after being patted on. And exposed is a green tinted, just sort of gnarled humanoid head, the same as it had been when we saw Charlie. The rest of the body, it looks like buried in the sand, but the head exposed as it starts to gnash at the air. And it looks like you can see sand kind of moving up around the shoulders as if it is trying to get out.
Okay, don't want to stay in here.
Other Charlie.
This seems to, I don't know if there's more than one Charlie or if he got here first. Oh God, there's probably a lot of Charlies.
I think my Hippocratic Oath's running on empty. Let's go.
Okay. Let's go.
So as we are moving toward that door, the creature underneath that lump seems to get a hand free, and just behind us, it reaches up and slams to the ground and reaches forward to try and grab one of our crew. Who does it reach out to grab?
I'll say it'll reach out to grab Violet.
Yeah. I don't know how
no,
he got his
HP.
nasty ass arms over here, but I'm tired of his shit.
Violet's still got an IV.
I'm just dragging my IV through the sand. This
You
thing
can
is
smack it with your IV pole.
Yeah.
this thing grabs me, and I just start fucking screaming, and more to the fact that it's fucking hot. I
yeah.
am going to. Gosh, this seems like a 2-dicer to me. Gah, ah, shit.
Oh no.
Yes, both are a fail.
Oh my
Does that mean
gosh.
both of those go to hollow?
Only one.
Okay, cool.
One gets discarded.
Okay. Fine. Yeah, hey Hollow, what happens when that thing grabs me?
So it grabs you and it leaves the the IV standard just standing, like sitting in the sand on the beach, still straight up, and it lifts you up, and the IV that was in the crook of your elbow rips itself out along with a nice juicy blood clot, and it makes you feel faint. But this creature lets go, and you spin out at the dock by the door.
I just skid across the sand, just like a nice, just like spew of blood from the arm. And I'm now just kind of face down at the dock, just laying in the sand.
Hollow rushes up to help you up. Are you okay, wife?
Wife.
I kind of like smack at him, like, don't touch me.
She's not okay, you clone. He grabs and Sweet Cream like just plows into the whole situation with the hammer, aiming for Charlie's noggin.
Hell yeah, murder Charlie. Get Charlie the fuck out of here.
My gosh, you only have 3 dice left.
I know.
What are you doing?
Violet's in trouble. We gotta go. That's the way it works. She's the only real person left. All right, so I'm gonna roll 2 dice now.
Oh God.
Yeah. And we got a success.
Woo!
So Violet gets another one,
That's great.
and I am winded.
So now I have 2.
Jeez.
I have 2 dice. I'm probably gonna use those for something interesting. Sorry, just talking to myself.
So you succeed, and the giant hand comes barreling towards you, but you kind of swing the large judge's gavel in a wide arc, and you hit this giant creature square right on the knuckle, and it hits with a sickening crack, and the creature in the middle of the room under the sand pile, it lets out a roar, and superheated steam comes rushing out of its mouth.
Jesus. He drops the gavel and shrinks back up against the wall and sinks down into the sand for a moment, like looking at his ruined hands that are just burnt to hell.
Come on, Sweet Cream, we have to get out of here. I'm going to struggle to my feet, very pale, and I'm going to start making my way to that door now that I'm not on the sand anymore, feeling a bit safer, but not stopping.
Yes. We will make our way to the door. I will note that, like, as Belle goes to the door and passes through the water looks blue, but on closer examination, it looks a bit purple.
Interesting. I'm going to use my two dice, and I am going to give us the big facts. As we all start to make our way out of the room and this steam is flying up and this creature's just squealing under the sand, in once again one of those exposed top pieces that you can see up into the ocean above, we see that huge stomach once again of that creature, and we hear a low hum as it goes over top, and its stomach illuminates, glowing bright above us, like a lot of the bioluminescent things we have seen, a slightly like a sea foam green color illuminated under its stomach. And the creature stops when this happens, and it buries itself deep into the sand after listening to this hum. And when it stops, buries down and creates a huge hole deep into the sand. And then you hear the crunching of my punch my mic. You hear the crunching of metal as this thing just tears into whatever is below the sand. And we realize that these Charlies are controlled or affected by this big bad boy.
Uh-oh.
And I'm running to a door.
Yeah, so you run over to the door, and it's kind of it looks like the door to a shack. It looks like the facade of a shack is on the inside of this globular room, and you open it, and it is unlocked.
Yeah, I'm going to hold the door open, and I'm going to motion everybody quickly through.
I'll go right in. And this globular room seems like it has a few computers in it as well. This time, these computers look like they're from the 90s. It's Windows 95 now.
Ooh.
Or some sort of operating system.
Stepping it up.
And I go forward to the computers, and I'll be like, I feel like I'm remembering something. Can some of you help me with this with these computers? I feel like, and that's me asking you guys
Sure,
to roll
Bill.
dice to
I think
recall,
I can
but
help you.
I've got 3. Yeah. All right. So you guys,
I would, but I'm not a computer engineer. I'm a
just
Sweet Cream sits down at the console, and it has like a password and login prompt. It's his hands on the keyboard and quickly types in a username and password.
You remember? Okay.
Yeah.
And when you enter the password and all of that, I get access to files, and somehow I know where to go, and I open up some files, and and I'll spend these 3 dice to get our final clue for the nature of the danger. Oh, yeah. But it's not that final, because anyway, I bring out like some files, and it says something about terraforming and construction, and it seems like that this large thing, there's a picture of that large thing, is a biomechanical creature, and it's a carrier of some sort, and it carries clouds of nanobots, and these nanobots deconstruct and construct structures. So what we saw in the first part, where the thing was disappearing and the hallway was getting, these nanobots were like eating it up, and that's why the water wasn't like flooding in. It wasn't being destroyed. It was just being reconstructed to a different, and that's also why the structures of this facility keep shifting and moving around. For some reason, these nanobots are like reconstructing and constructing rooms. And the Charlies, yes, they are somehow controlled by. I mean, if it's controlled by these carriers, um, maybe they get controlled to do something similar, to be like more humanoid builders of some sort. And somehow they've gone awry, and we aren't sure why. But yes, they're destroying the facility somehow. We don't know if it's actually them who's doing it, but either way, something's messed up with that on that front. And if someone wants to contribute to that, because we wrap up that clue.
Good golly, we did it, boys.
There's a last final note on the nature of Charlies and how they come to be, and they are the confluence of nanobots exposure to a clone. That as nanobots are terraforming the whole system and rebuilding it, they appropriate clones for use in defense and construction needs.
And I remember something now while you read this off about Hollow, that you secretly tried to save Belle from being destroyed, or
From the sweet cream.
He protected me from that
from
sweet cream.
sweet cream. Or I mean, sweet cream probably works for these people. And your plan was to, as an engineer, because you're not a medical doctor, do something with nanobots to keep me alive, or something, make me different, or whatever. That was your plan. But we don't know if that pushed through or not. But that was your plan.
I like what you're thinking.
I mentioned that. Like, you tried to save me, but I don't know if it was for my best interest or whatever you're experimenting on. But either way, you tried to save me.
Well, I can't say why I would try to save you, other than you're just fine. There's nothing wrong with you. But now that you say that, there may be a way to reprogram these nanobots to do a whole lot of things. And gosh, I hope that Charlie wasn't my fault. And Hollow kind of just stands there having an existential crisis about, oh shit, did I do this?
You can freak out about it later when we are safe. Let's go.
Oh, yes. Where are we going?
Good question. Good question. I just think we need to keep moving. If these nanobots can just, change anything at will, we need to keep moving and hopefully either find an exit or, as you were saying, a way to maybe stop them. That would at least give us time. Are there any doors in this room of more computers and nerd shit?
Yeah, there's definitely a door, but there's also on the opposite wall, it looks like there was a door at one point, but the door has been boarded up, or bricked up.
Do we still have the gavel, or did Sweet Cream leave it in the other room?
Sweet Cream did not pick that back up after his hands were just removed.
Okay.
I mean, the creature left. You could go back and grab it, Belle, if you feel comfortable.
I think I can do it without. Belle will go to the door that's planked up and kind of sizes up the situation, and will, with sabotage knowledge, will try to make like precise punches, which should hopefully break or have it fall down. And
Okay.
I will use 1 die for that. I've succeeded twice. And
Woo!
I think that actually gives you more dice.
Yeah,
like
that
a
gives
phantom
Hollow.
die.
Wow.
Phantom die.
And yes, I'll open the room.
Or so.
I'm not sure who describes the next room.
I believe it is. No, it is not me. I just described the hollow. Hollow.
I think it's actually you.
Is
I
it
feel like
me?
it should be me.
Yeah, you go.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
thought because there's the. Sorry, because you said the computers, the office room,
Yes.
and I said
So
the
this
beach.
is
So you.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
it's mine actually, because you said.
Yeah,
the
it's
computer.
yours.
It's, Yeah, it's Hollow's turn.
Go ahead.
I think it's Nate's turn.
Sure.
Let's make it Nate. Let's say
Yeah.
it's Nate.
Well, so on the other side of all the nerd shit, a room of nerd shit,
Nerd shit room.
we find the source of power and power distribution for the whole facility. There are giant. There's a row of servers immediately as you come in, and then beyond that, you can see and hear very loudly turbines spinning and generating all of the power for the whole system.
Oh, we don't want to touch that. Well, we
Or-
don't want to break that.
Do we? No, we probably don't. That's probably a bad idea.
There are on the far, so it's a giant room, and on the far wall there's this giant glass tube rising up, and in it you can see an almost like a cyclone of nanobots, small metallic, almost they look like glitter, swirling up and being deployed out into the water outside of the station.
So what do you get? What do you see there?
That's horrific. That means the ocean is full of them.
The only way to escape them is to find a way to reprogram them, I guess.
I suppose I could have a go at that.
We're gonna need to find. I mean, we're gonna need to find like a master area that commands everything or something. Maybe even get into one of those carriers. But who knows? Maybe you could do it remotely.
Yeah, let me give this a try, and he will go over to the server wall, and there's a central station that's connected to the servers, and he will start like Galaxy Brain. Oh wait, he's not that kind of. He's not an information technology kind of guy, but he starts looking at the data surrounding the nanobots and thinking about how to reprogram their internal structure so that they will perhaps create us something useful so that we can get out or not. And he will use 2 dice and one of the extras. So this seems important. And
Hold on a second. Oh. Okay, go ahead.
no, you can go.
All right, here we go.
ahead.
So Sweet Cream is standing right next to him and looking around the desk that he's sitting at, and he notices a dusty old manual of assembly language and nanobot code. Opens it up and thinks, "Will this help?" I'm not an engineer, but
Oh,
and I'll spend the my last bonus die.
He's the
Okay.
book crushes him.
So I will roll your bonus die then.
Well, I find an item and use it.
Oh, you find an item. Okay,
Yeah,
all right.
that's what I was
that
doing.
works.
That's what I was doing there.
Not about items. Shit.
So this
We haven't used an item yet to be, yeah.
That's okay. We got a lot of clues. We're doing
Right,
it.
there's a manual. It's a gain a new skill.
So you now have computer skill.
Ooh, sweet. Well, thank you so much, Sweet Cream. This will definitely help. I will get to work trying to reprogram these in 0 minutes. Ooh, That's a-
oh my god.
that's a 1, a 4, and a 4.
Hey, what's up? You want
Ooh.
Do you? So, Hollow dies.
Hollow dies.
I'd love to describe your death if that's okay.
You are certainly welcome to.
Oh my gosh.
Perfect. You read over the book. It's not like you have a lot of time, so you do your best. So you are an intermediate at this new skill. You go towards the large tube where you can see that there is kind of a computer set up next to it. You go through the computer looking at different sort of options and code, and not a lot of it makes sense. And you know it comes down to this, and you know it comes down to you have to make a choice. And you can see that inside the tube that there is something akin to a fail-safe. That is the only way to stop it. And if you put your hand through like the glove that is secured onto the tube, you will certainly be fine. You computer science this into action, hoping that you have kind of settled the nanobots, that they will not attack you when you place your hand into this tube of them. As you reach inside, they kind of buzz and hover around you. You can feel just like a vibration around your hand and that cut on your palm as you push through the rubber glove. And you reach towards the fail-safe and you feel a pinch. And then another pinch as these nanobots have made their way into the glove and are starting to push in through your injury into your body as green starts to explode down your arm as these nanobots fully begin to enter you, basically ripping a good bit of your internal stuff to ribbons. You are fully taken by the nanobots, and are on the verge of becoming a Charlie if there's anything you wanted to do before you Charlie up.
So he will turn around. He'll pull his hand out of the glove and turn around with kind of a serene look on his face as the green starts spreading up his arm, and it's going into his chest at this point. And he smiles and says, "I'm sorry, Sweet Cream. I've failed." And before anyone moves to help him, he goes around to the side of the tube where there is a door-shaped opening that he opens, and he goes in and closes it behind him. And the nanobots, they tear through his flesh, and he is gone.
Oh my gosh. You get to. Can you roll me a die, 1d6, to see
Sure.
if your manual gets used up?
That's a 5.
It's fine. You can also
But he didn't bring his book with him.
also distribute the bonus dice to all of us.
Sure.
However
So
you want to do it.
yeah, let's just do one for everyone.
Okay.
Great, because now I'm going to throw down some clue. Quick question, Sweet Cream. What's your people name?
His name is Lane
question.
Fillion.
Fillion. Lane Fillion. I just
Like Nathan Lane and Nathan Fillion.
My
Beautiful.
gosh.
We watch poor Hollow get just completely eviscerated. After saying that he failed Sweet Cream, in this horrible moment, just looking on, I begin to have memories and flashes of signing papers and moving through like bureaucratic stuff and things being built. And I see very clearly in my mind walking into this place and the door having a logo on the front of it that says Fillion Incorporated. This is Fillion's baby. This is his project.
Do you tell this to us?
Yeah.
Oh, certainly. I'm going to, I'll relay it. It all sort of starts to make sense. I don't know why I spelled it like Jillian, but that's what it is now.
I'm starting to think that he meant to fail me.
Oh, shit.
Sweet Cream is going to is going to make one last desperate evil act of spite
Oh my gosh.
and hubris. You will not turn off my project. And he takes his hand and shoves it into the glove, not caring about nanobots and reaching towards the failsafe, not intending to pull it, but break it.
Oh, gosh.
Oh my gosh.
He spends his
Go
last
ahead.
he spends his last dice and a bonus die.
Go
No,
ahead.
no, he just spends his last dice.
Okay.
And he fails.
Oh, gosh.
Fail. How does he fail?
Oh my gosh. Okay. I'll give you a fun. I'll give you a fun death.
Oh, yeah.
So, you go to the failsafe, and the sprain on your back acts up again, having been bothered twice, and your hand slips and your foot slips, and the lever goes down to actually turn it off. It actually works, and then you slip through the floor. Like you're just so weak at this point. You slip through the floor, you bonk your head on the lever, and then you slide back and you bonk your head on the floor, and then you roll you roll sideways on the floor to the center of the room, and then the nanobots, like you're right beside Hollow. And somehow the green from Hollow's body starts invading yours, and you become fused together as a bubble green Siamese thing.
We have to go. We have to go.
We have to get out of here. Oh, you're gonna have to distribute your remaining bonus die.
Yeah, give that to
Bell.
Belle.
Yeah.
We just need to
Okay.
get one more. We just gotta get
I
one
have
more.
one more. Didn't Hollow give me one? Or no, we just need one more.
Yeah,
Nope,
we
just one more.
need to get you one more, which means
Right.
I have to do something and succeed, basically.
Okay, we have to go. So
Yeah, let's
things
go.
things have turned off. Are there exits in this room? There is an exit. Someone opened it with his life. Hollow.
Well, Hollow, I think, tried to yeet himself out the nanobot tube.
Oh my gosh.
I am going to. There was a door back in the office rooms, and I'm gonna run out of this room. Close the door behind you.
I'll close the door. I mean, we did what we could here, but the office rooms are like all the way back, right?
The 90s room, the 90s office room.
Oh
Which is
yeah.
one room back.
There was. Okay.
We run over to this room, into the 90s room, and make our way through a very nice door in this office building. And you can see on the floor that it looks like something used to be screwed into the door near the top, but it has fallen now onto the carpet. And it says Lane Fillion. And we go into the room and we enter his office. The first thing that stands out to you as a horrific trophy upon the wall is a very familiar arm behind a huge mahogany desk. And it is just, literally, it is extravagance to like the T with like, you know, exactly what you'd imagine, just like a big boss's office. There's like a little area for drinks. There's a window behind it that shows the ocean. And of course it shows just like, you can see there's churning outside, which we can only assume is the nanobots. His desk is covered in paperwork, and you can see sitting on the desk, it looks like there is a key. And I'm going to try and ignore your arm on the wall, and I'm not going to bring attention to it, even though it's very obvious in there.
That I'll just say, like, I'll just look at the arm and just shake my head, perhaps. Like, this is not the time for that. And
you're like, I'll stress about that later.
Yeah.
So actually, you get a little closer to the glass that encases the arm on the wall, and it says on it, printed on the glass somehow, in case of emergency, break glass.
Oh, that seems...
You think we should do that?
I mean, it seems that Sweet Cream was a shit, so I'm not sure.
That's Dr. Sweet Cream.
I'm Dr. Cream to you. I am going to try and bust open this case with something in the room. Something I'm gonna like pick up the desk chair and just like throw it at it. I am going to use 2 dice. I'm gonna use 3 dice.
Okay.
Gives
Oh my
the
gosh.
drama.
Come on.
Jeez. Yeah. A 5. Okay.
Yes!
Okay, here you go, buddy. That's for you.
Okay.
And the arm falls out of the case, and you can see that unless you had something, Josh.
So to explain the damage you took while doing this glass was far thinner than you expected. You could probably have just like easily just tapped it.
On the side.
Yeah. But you pick up the desk chair and you smash into the glass, and a shard of it comes and just sticks into your face.
Oof.
Okay.
Oh, and the arm falls to the floor, but it gets up by its fingers and starts dragging itself.
No. As the arm drags itself across the floor, you can see that it looks like it has almost like a perpetually moving stub part, as if it is composed a bit of these nanobots to an extent, is just this end piece. Like it looks like it can possibly be placed onto something. We don't know if it'll be good or bad, but you can also see on this arm, a bit robotic in nature, that there are, it almost looks like a computer control panel in the other side of the underside of the arm, where it looks like things can be inputted and changed and adjusted to an extent.
If this is one of Hollow's experiments, you know what? Belle goes forward and grabs the arm and shoves it into the stump.
Yeah, so just tendrils of seemingly nanobot flesh just reach out towards your arm, and you almost get scared at the last moment and try to drop it, but it has a hard enough hold onto your arm and fuses. Seamless, like it was never missing. No scar, nothing.
And it
Could have
just
given more credit to your husband, maybe, in another life.
whoever made it, very, very good. And you can see the second it attaches that screen sort of comes to life, and you're presented with basically a rundown of the facility options. It seems like a control panel for the whole facility. And as you look through it, kind of just not even having to push anything, just thinking, you know that in this room for safety, Sweet Cream installed an escape pod.
I'll spend the last 3.
Hell yeah.
And all right, it seems like there's an escape pod here, but before we do that, I want to find out more about what's here. And I go over to Sweet Cream's desk, and there's a touchpad there, and I just press my thumb on it. We're clones, and we somehow have the same fingerprints, and I unlock Sweet Cream's dashboard and things like that. And the first thing that we see is a screen of a planet that is spinning around very slowly, and it is not Earth. It turns out we are in Neptune.
Oh, hell yeah.
And as I go through more of the files, I realize that this must have been some sort of like test in like an attempt to like colonize other planets or recolonize Earth, in case something went awry. And we are not sure if something did go awry at Earth or not. The last time that we heard from Earth was 70 years ago. And the reason why there's like a mix of like different kinds of architecture here, different kinds of technology, is because people from Earth have been coming here sporadically, intermittently throughout the years. And it just happens that like Sweet Cream, rather Fillion, got handed this facility. He's the most recent owner of this facility. Anyway,
so there is one other folder that you see hiding out on the desktop, and it says, in case of emergency, please delete.
Delete
the folder.
Oh, we are opening that folder.
You
Watching over your shoulder.
You open the folder, and there seems to be multiple terabytes of videos of his clones.
Oh, wow. I'll go through. I'm going to play those.
Download
I'm
them
gonna
into
play
your
those
arm.
videos. Oh, I'm going to do that. I'll download them into my arm.
Hurry up, and you can hear the sound of just like the groan of something large moving
And
across
I
in
learned.
the other room.
Do you have something to say to this? I have something to say about this.
You can do whatever you want with that.
Fillion's been cloning himself through the millennia.
Oh shit.
And each wave, so that's why, so he's been around for like, he's actually owned this place the whole time, and that's why he's been alive. He just clones himself and uploads his consciousness to the next clone.
Oh, so many clones.
Obviously, the ones that he doesn't like, he discards. So he's been at this for a long time.
Ooh, anything else spooky on there, Hollow?
No, that was better than what I got. So.
You're like, I'll take it.
Sweet cream forever.
We should go before it gets here.
Yeah, let's get out of here. I'll actually just, it seems like almost intuitively wave my hand, and the nanobots create a tunnel, like the wall that we have in front of us opens up, and it creates like a bubble of like it's like a bubble of the office, like a spherical version of Fillion's office. And then I say, let's step inside here. This will get us out of here.
I'll be right behind you.
And we go into the spherical strange thing, and it seals out behind us just as we hear.
One moment right before you do your thing.
Okay.
Before I step in, it was kind of it had fallen off the desk in a bit of the kerfuffle, and as you turn around and kind of make your way in, I pick up a picture frame from off the ground that had fallen off the desk, and it is a picture of myself in a wedding dress being escorted down the aisle by Sweet Cream, to which I quickly put it back on the floor face down, and then I follow you into the escape tunnel.
And then this globe has pieces of Sweet Cream's office in it, so we can keep rummaging through it, but it does seal off as like a complete spherical bubble as it goes forward and gets us the hell out of there. We hear the last crunches of this facility, and that's the end of that. I don't know if we wrapped everything up.
Yeah.
I think you did it.
It's been completed. I think most of the things kind of made sense.
I mean, yeah. I will say we don't know what's happening in Earth. Maybe they're testing like how to make people immune to certain diseases here.
Welcome to the surface of Neptune.
Yeah, we just jettisoned ourselves into the oceans of Neptune.
Out. Oh, and as we go, like the cloud of nanobots follows us.
Cool. Great.
Well, that's Ocean, everyone. I hope you had a good time with us. We actually finished right on the dot, which is very surprising, and we had 2 deaths, which is, well, they were great. They were great deaths.
I had a great time. That was super, a whole lot of fun.
That was pretty fun. I think this went better than I thought it would be. Than I thought it would go.
This was an experiment for all of us, and good stuff. What was the name of this game again for people who stuck around and are interested?
This game is Ocean by Atarashi Games. We've modified it a little bit, quite a bunch. It was written 10 years ago. So you can also get it. I think there's a free version if any of you want to play it, and there's a paid version. Right now, I think it's just going for about $3. All right, and that's what we're doing this Saturdays. And what are we gonna be doing this coming week, everyone? What are we doing next? The next, I don't know what the next schedule is, but I know Jillian. What are we doing next?
You're on mute. Well, okay. So on Monday nights, Jillian hosts a game that we call On the Backs of Gods. It is a Norse-themed Cold North adventure, and you should come check it out. It's a really great time. On Tuesday evenings, we have... that is at 7. Is that what that's 7? Okay. And on Tuesday evenings, we have the Legends of Theia with our wonderful DM, Frank, who also plays in our Monday night adventure. There's a whole lot of mushrooms and drinking and a good time to be had. And on Wednesday nights, a whole nother crew hosts the Fertile Lands of Nri, and the wall seems to be crumbling, and they got to figure out how to stop that. So join us for those, and then maybe join us again next Saturday. Hopefully we'll be back on schedule and get some Call of Cthulhu.
Yes. Same time next week, we'll also be doing Call of Cthulhu. I'll be playing, Jillian is playing, and our DM is going to come back. All right. Well, I think, do you have any closing words, closing remarks, any closing things you want to, like, footnote to the lore that we've built just randomly out of thin air?
Sweet Cream's will lives on in nanobot form.
Yeah,
Oh.
I'm essentially Sweet Cream.
Sweet Cream wasn't just a name, it was a title, actually.
The title of Sweet Cream.
Yep.
Am I back?
You are
Yes,
back.
you're back.
I had to unplug my microphone. I guess I punched him too hard.
Well, thanks everyone for sticking around.
Yeah, that was great.
Goodbye.
Good night.
See you soon.
See you
Good night.
soon.
Rest
See
well.
you guys Monday. Bye-bye.